magic, the gathering's hard. You want to learn to play. This is the place to come and find a way. Where do I plug this into what port? It's Sunday streamer, tech support. What card should I add to build a pillow fort? It's Sunday magic, tech support. Overlays, advice on programs and games to play, how to tune your deck or focus what it does. Gamersledge will help you all because we want you to all succeed. If you win, we win, it's all we need. Ask your questions, don't be shy. Educate and entertain, that's our why. Where do I plug this into what port? It's Sunday streamer, tech support. What card should I add to build a pillow fort? It's Sunday magic, tech support. Definitely ain't no Rick and Mort. It's Sunday streamer, tech support. We'll help your deck comport. It's Sunday magic, tech support. Sunday streamer and magic tech support.
options. We just had to be available.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Gamersledge. I'm one of your hosts, Mark. Joining me in the Discord is Shank the Noob.
Hello.
And also Kokeshi Ken. And also Crodad.
Hello.
And hope everybody's having a great Sunday. Let me switch over to the big screen here for a second.
You have to finish that story at some time.
I will finish that story when Mark's done with his intro.
Go ahead. I'm done. Well, actually, okay. I won't. Not yet. So welcome to Sunday Streamer Tech Support. This is the place where you can come and get help with any kind of question on streaming, on video games, on Magic the Gathering, on tech in general, AI, you name it. We've got it. So feel free to ask any questions. This is an AMA, and if nothing else, we talk and have a good time. Welcome into everybody that's coming in on TikTok. Thank you for the likes and the gifts. Appreciate all of you. Hope everybody's having a great Sunday. Let us know what you've had to eat today. Shank, what did you have to eat today?
I am about to have Toxic Hell. Taco Bell.
Oh, well, there you go. How about you, Crodad?
I had ramen that I made.
Yeah, but it was carbonara ramen, right?
It was the Bulldog carbonara ramen, yeah.
I mean, isn't that just spaghetti sauce and ramen noodles?
So basically what it is it has their the same kind of hot chili sauce that they put on their regular like hot ramen.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a little less of it, and then it has a packet of what I'm assuming is like a cheese powder. And I add Kewpie mayo and minced garlic and 2 egg yolks and mix all that up with the hot water from the noodles. So it's kind of like a soup, and then you have the noodles.
So you made bougie ramen out of a plastic container?
Yes. Kewpie mayo is
no shame, because I've had bougie ramen out of a plastic container, and it's banger.
Oh yeah, it was very good. I mean, it's the standard,
Wicked hello.
Like soft
Please
wrapper
tap the
packet
likes.
of ramen. It's not a cup or anything.
Thank you, Wicked Hollow, for welcoming everybody in and reminding them to like and share the stream on TikTok.
Welcome.
Appreciate that.
You said it was Bulldog ramen, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I think I've only ever seen Bulldog. I think I've only ever seen that come in like the soba noodle plastic container with the plastic wrapper.
Oh no, yeah, they have
standard
ramen.
Yeah, they got
packets.
The standard ramen ones too.
They usually come in like a pack of 6.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
But it's very good, and then I usually do chicken, whether it's chicken breast that I've cut up or chicken from a can, and then I fry that with teriyaki and soy sauce. And then I put that on top, and it's very good.
Kewpie mayo is Japanese mayo, and if you remember the old Kewpie dolls, Ken,
like the
ones that look like naked kids with a little wisp of hair on the top.
Nope.
Okay, it's old. Anyways, that's also the same company.
Yeah, they are made. It's made primarily with egg yolks instead of whole eggs.
Right.
So it's more richer mayo than normal mayo is.
Plus it has MSG.
Oh, okay.
Yes, it's really good.
It's very, very good. I like it. Like, I don't like normal American mayonnaise. I do like Kewpie mayonnaise. It's one of the few mayonnaises I will eat.
Yeah, but it has it's very weird. It comes in this soft plastic bottle and this very, very clear plastic wrapper. But yeah, it's really good mayo.
Oh,
I just got... My wife literally just walked in here to tell me I was old, because I'm like, no, the Kewpie thing is old. And she's like, no, you're old. I'm like, what the hell? I'm just catching drive-bys over here. Only Human, welcome in. Good name, by the way. Good game. I like that game. Go check out my house on server X0087. Yeah. Oh, it's Only Human. Oh, my bad. I saw Only Human got excited.
Yeah, I was like, wait, what are you saying?
For Once Human. Sorry. Yeah.
Your house does look really good.
Like I said, it's not perfect, but I'm pretty happy with how it turned out for my first attempt at really trying to make something cool. It took me 8 hours to make it. And a lot of that was that library, honestly, because
it looks really good.
It's like I
The fireplace and everything.
I actually tore that whole area out and rebuilt it again. And the suck part is there were columns at, you know, how I have those little edges, the lips that come out.
Right.
I couldn't get my stuff to fit on the two sides of it. So I decided to tear it all out and I was going to do something different. And then I managed to get the books back up on the walls like that. And I'm like, oh no, this looks much better with the wall. And so I put the wall back, but I couldn't get the support beams back in front of the walls because they went up through the levels themselves.
Right.
And since I removed them, they were gone and I couldn't put them back in the same spot. So
yeah.
But other than that, I was fairly happy with how that turned
it looks
out.
great.
So yeah, on Tuesday I'll show it on stream. We have so much to do on Tuesday. It's not even funny. In Once Human, we got a lot to do there. Please don't be shy. If you've got questions for Sunday Streamer Tech Support, feel free to ask them in chat. Also, Kiki's 24-hour stream is kicking off. She said 3 hours from then, so like an hour or so.
Stubbed my toe on this when I came in.
Crusaders working overtime, fighting crime, secret raiders who will neutralize as soon as they arrive. The sight is gonna lead the mission. Spectrum's got such supervision. It's the mighty power that can save the day. No one knows what lies behind the mattress. Always riding on Venom's trail, 'cause he's a lazy.
Thank you, Shank, for the sub re-up.
Always appreciated. Never expected. Shank the Noob with a 40-month sub re-up. Thank you, Shank.
I got you, boo.
That one snuck up on me. I didn't even have time to say anything before I had to start singing. So I had to just mute it and go for there. Kiki's saying she heard double audio on the stream. And it's probably not me, it's probably you guys. Can you guys say something for a minute and I'll check?
Something for a minute.
There.
Yeah, I'm gonna listen and see.
Kiki's and it's probably not
That's
me,
all the
it's probably you
energy
guys.
I got for it.
Can you guys say something for a minute and I'll check?
Something for a minute.
Yeah, it's the same thing that it's been doing. It's really annoying. I kind of am hating Discord now. Like, it's got to be a Discord issue, and I don't know
I don't
what.
understand it.
It's just you guys. Like, I'm not doubled. Only you guys are doubled. And it's like, I have no idea what it could be or why.
Like it's pulling Discord in twice.
The only thing I can think to do will probably crash the screen. And the last time I tried it, it didn't fix it. So it's like, I don't know what to do there. Yeah, I'll have to think about it. It's fine for now. It's not that big of a problem, to be honest. Randy Gonzalez, welcome in. Happy to have you here. Hope you're having a great Sunday. If you've got a question for Sunday Streamer Tech Support, by all means, please ask. Ken, do you have any questions this week?
This one is bothering me and I can't figure it out.
Okay.
So with me, kind of getting back into my retro gaming, when I first had a PS3 back around when it first came out, I remember around, let's see, I think it was like somewhere between 2010 and 2011. I'm trying to remember what WWE game on the PS3 allowed you to upload your own custom music and video for Titantron And I swear to God, I've been looking for the past 2 days, and people keep saying it's only the music for 2013 and 2014. But if you want a custom Titantron, it's only the 24 and it's the 23 and 24 game. I'm like, no,
Wicked
because
hello.
when Rock
Welcome in
became
and
Hollywood
enjoy.
Rock, they did not add his Hollywood music where it was the city skyscraper, Hollywood film start. They did not have his music, that slowly is cooking, and then hit the beats. I remember adding that to the game and having The Rock come out to that. But I cannot, for the life of me, nobody's saying what game that is. They're just saying how to add music on the PS3. So I don't know if they removed it or what, but I don't think it was 13. I don't think it was 12 yet. But I know there was a WWE game that I played around 2010, 2011, because I was working at the Boys and Girls Club. And for after school programs, I would always take my PS3 over there, and on Fridays, we would battle the kids. And that was their prize for Fridays, is that they would take me on and see if they could beat me on the game.
So I
Where you were able
know.
to upload from the XMB your own video,
Let's see. I don't
and then you
remember
were-
video. I remember
and then
the
you were
music.
able to upload your own music. Maybe it was just the music, because I remember, I think Chris Benoit was in it, and I think I uploaded his music. But I know for sure they didn't have the Rock Hollywood music. They had his regular music, but I uploaded that. But for the life of me, I could have swore it was Titantron 2.
No,
I
I
know
don't
you could
remember.
make your own highlight reel
BTW,
with your
your
character
streamer
for
still says
Titantron.
Grand Slam.
Are you kidding? I changed this already. Why is it?
Yeah, I
like-
refreshed it even to see, and it
I
still
literally
does.
went in and pasted it in because I noticed it was wrong also, and I saved it. So did it change it now? I wonder if it'll.
Yeah, I went back to Sunday Streamer Tech Support.
Wonder if
Yep,
it's
now-
gonna.
Ask
now it fixed
questions.
it.
I wonder if it's gonna overwrite it again.
I almost read that for Lakers, Raiders, everyone. I was gonna be like, you don't play sports ball. Or it says Lurkers, Raids. I have no energy today.
Okay, I had to
Well,
just.
could I be wrong that there's?
I just had to re-update it on
Mhm.
what's its face Restream again, because it was still
Oh.
showing my Twitch title as that, even though it changed on every other thing.
Oh,
So there are times I really am annoyed by Restream, because I literally noticed that when I was in the break, I put it over to, I changed it again after already doing it once, and it put it back. So Restream was rewriting it. It overrode it again after I had already changed and fixed it once. So yay. That's great. Arthur Bentley, welcome in. Happy Sunday. So yeah, Ken, I do know 14 allowed you to do music, but I don't remember ever being able to do without modding. I don't remember you ever being able to change Titantrons.
Yeah, see, people are saying on the PS3 it's like 12, 13, and 14 for music. And then the only thing I could find is, like you said, you were able to mod, but the people were saying on Xbox 360 you were able to do both, but not on PlayStation. But it was just a thing to go down that rabbit hole, see what I could find.
2K17.
I think you fell off again.
No, I didn't. I'm reading
he was frozen in thought.
Yeah.
because my heart's not open.
Because I know I had to be here between 11 and 12.
You had a
And
beer?
usually, huh?
Yeah, I know.
It sounded like you said I had a beer between 11
it
and
did
12.
sound like you said I had a beer between 11 and 12. I'm like, that's a little early.
Hey, my dad believed in starting me young, so
Oh,
Yeah. I mean, for me, the epitome of that era was SmackDown versus Raw 2006. But that's me.
Mhm.
That's
Another
me.
interesting fact about wrestling games. They're saying, I wonder if it's a Mandela effect, because I thought I remembered them being in the game. There is no WWE game that has the APA.
Mm-mm. That is correct. I think Bradshaw and Farouk were in individually, but there was no game that had them as a tag team, which is surprising. Very surprising. I wonder if they had Nation of Domination as a tag team in any WWE game.
That I don't remember.
Was Nation of Domination in any WWE game? Oh, it was in 2K22. That doesn't count. Like, that's new. I meant when they were actually in the thing. So the answer is no. Other than 22. Probably because they were mining the storylines of old for the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't think of any, like, I know they used to have, if I remember right, they used to have a highlight kind of thing that you could put together to use stuff from your matches in the Titantrons. But I don't think...
they were saying 12 to 14 had that.
Yeah, I don't think there was any way to actually upload your own unless you did mods, which I did for a long time.
Oh, okay.
And that usually required downloading something onto a memory card and then to doing something from there. That was a good question. Any other questions? Shank, you got any questions for this week?
I'm good for the moment, sir. Thank you.
Samuel, welcome in. Happy Sunday. Hope you're doing well. Crow, you got any questions for this week?
I think so.
The other thing for, like, there was like chat GPT, that was Perplexity, yes?
Perplexity.ai. And Perplexity actually launched a deep research tool this week that is being pretty much universally lauded at the moment. It's making researchers' jobs really easy.
Nice.
Elon Musk also announced that Grok 3 releases tomorrow, I think.
Yeah.
That is his AI that does, like, programming and that kind of thing.
Yeah. There's quite a few that do programming now. There's one that I was looking at that I'm very interested in, but I have not bit the bullet to pay for it to try it out because you can only...
Is that the one to make games?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. There's another one that does web apps also.
Oh, wow.
So it'll either build you a website, it'll build you a chatbot, or it'll build a custom web app. So using this, you could theoretically create Twitch interfaces for stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm kind of interested in that.
What's the ticket?
What's the cost on it?
Mm-hmm.
I think it was $50 a month.
Okay.
Which is one of the reasons I have not. I don't know why I keep getting disconnected from my TikTok stream today here. Reconnect. All I know is that Cox has been horrible today. They've dropped me like 4 times.
Yuck.
Which is worse even for them than normal. I have, by the way, been thrust into the world of TikTok live streams because I
Yeah.
helped the wife do her first live stream yesterday,
Nice.
and she's like, I'm going to do this every day now. She made like $35 last night, so
That's
she's
awesome.
very
Nice.
happy about it.
For her, man.
Tommy's Nails, welcome in. Hello, friend. How are you doing today? Happy Sunday. Yeah, so she enjoyed it. And she's going to start doing that. I got to help her after our
That's awesome.
stream is done with that more today. But yeah, so that's been pretty interesting. They have bits just like Twitch does. The difference is that you can do like a galaxy, which is like $10 worth of
Right.
bits,
Yeah. It's the different things you give that you buy.
yeah, but the interesting part is that like it shows it on the entire screen. Like it
Oh,
shows
nice.
a swirling galaxy. And the nice part is it's not, because you're streaming on a phone for the most part, unless you're using the desktop one, it puts it in the chat area. So it's not necessarily covering
Right.
everything on the screen, which is kind of nice. But you see a giant rotating galaxy come in.
Very
So
cool.
that everybody sees that stuff. So, and then after the stream, you can either cash that out if you've hit the minimum threshold, or you can convert it to coins to reuse on the platform.
Okay.
So if you want to, instead of putting money on there for bits yourself, you can convert it to
Right.
bits and use it for other people. So that's kind of an interesting thing. Tommy's Nails, what did you have to eat today? I hope you're doing well. Happy Sunday. It's good to see you. What kind of craziness are you getting up to? So yeah, I'm trying to remember the name of the AI that does the web apps. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Builder AI. John Merrick, welcome in. Happy Sunday. It is not that. I think what was interesting is that this guy's the CEO that made this AI had to let like a good chunk of his staff go, and then they fixed it, and they're like now a $1 billion company or something like that with 70 employees.
Wow.
And it's kind of crazy. Is that it? No, that's not it. That's not it either. No, it's not that. I'll know the name of it when I see it because it was kind of weirdly named. I wouldn't have guessed what it was specifically from it. Man, I just got disconnected from TikTok again.
Wow.
The heck? It's not my stream that's getting disconnected. It's the chat bot.
Right.
But that's still annoying because then I can't hear anything that happens. I will endeavor to find it and try to update once I find it, because I don't remember what it was, what the name of it was. But hold on.
That's funny what I just saw, what I just read.
What's that?
Streamers say mods the same way Medieval Lord would say guards.
Well, you know.
Yeah, Jarvis is always a message for me.
Yeah, I can't find it at the moment. I'll find it eventually and I'll post it in here. We'll talk about it on another day.
Yeah, no worries, man.
It's just frustrating that I can't find it. I was just looking at it. But yeah, I just hadn't bitten because it was a pretty stiff bar to entry for an individual. And yes, I can write it off my taxes, but I still need money. Cash flow is a
Right.
thing, kids. Other than that, Ken, did you have anything else? Any other
No.
questions?
Just those.
Okay. Well, I know we're going to raid out to Kiki tonight because she's starting her 24-hour stream of collaborating with different streamers. So we will definitely be raiding out to her when that happens at 7 p.m. Pacific in 3 hours. Wait, in 2 hours. I have been playing more with Suno and Udio.
Mhm.
I have not really spent much more time with the one that is free that gives you stems.
Oh,
What's that?
that reminded me, not a question. Remember how you said that one Suno.ai or whatever, you said that Suno would go after them and everything like this?
Yeah.
You know, to get them to change their name?
Yeah.
I found them again, and I was like, wait a minute, why does their name seem different? And I was like, huh. They changed their name to like Magic Music or something.
Yeah, because you get in trouble for that stuff. You can't do that. I spent about 4 hours writing another song, and I did it in both Udio.
Oh yeah, I haven't
and
even listened to that
Suno.
still.
Yeah, you should. I did it in both Udio and Suno, and I ended up using Suno for the final version of it.
I still have to get a license for that.
Which is funny because what sucks is I bought a subscription to Udio, right? So I have a bunch of credits on it, but then I canceled my subscription because I didn't want to keep paying the cost and get more credits that I just hadn't used yet. And in
Right.
doing so, they have like a new, like the latest version of their engine, but you only get on the free version, you only get X number of generations per day using that engine if you don't have an active subscription, no matter how many credits you have.
Oh,
So that's kind of frustrating.
that
And,
is
I mean,
frustrating.
Suno is just as frustrating because they give you 2,500 credits a month. If you don't use them by the end of the month, they all disappear.
Oh wow.
So each one's kind of got their trade-offs on like,
Yep.
yeah. But I still find right now that the newest version of Suno is the one that I'm preferring for vocals and overall putting together of tracks.
I'm liking the song.
Yeah, I really like how it came together because I used so I found some Reddit posts for some prompt generation tools,
Mm-hmm.
and I used that to do the prompt for the music side of it. I wrote all the lyrics, but I used it for the prompt side, and of course, the GPT gave me something that was way too long. I'm like, condense this down so that it fits in under 200 characters. It did, and I used that to generate, I think, I don't know, 25 different versions of the song, and then I picked the one I like the best.
Yeah, I like it.
So yeah, we'll have that one for Pantheon now. Also, I did run skeletons in Pantheon for the first time last night, which is mainly conversation with Crow because he's the only one that. And I learned something very interesting, Crow.
Mm-hmm.
If you just keep spamming spells over and over,
Yeah.
you die.
What do you mean?
You will literally die. So that's the trade-off for mages. So that's what the the pie wheels,
Yes.
yes. So every time you cast spark, right?
Mhm.
It's going to take 2 pie
Yep,
pieces
yep.
off of the spark, off of the electrical one. But if you keep doing Smoking Pirate, welcome in, happy Sunday. If you keep doing it, it starts taking off the other ones.
Right.
And if you go all the way
welcome
through all of them, you die.
Wow.
That explains why I would die in certain situations. So that's good to know.
It happened to me last night because I'm just like, I'm spamming nuke, 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 nuke,
Yep.
nuke, and suddenly I'm on the ground dying. I'm like,
Oh,
what the
man.
hell? Nothing touched me. What the
Yeah.
hell? And somebody said, did you go through all of your spell wheels?
Well,
And
that
I'm like,
explains a lot.
oh, okay, all right. That's a balance measure.
So you said you were in a group?
Yeah. I did.
Oh, nice.
I did skeletons last night with like the full party thing.
That's awesome.
I got from 8 to 8.5 doing
Very
it.
nice.
Yeah, so it was not bad. And there were plenty of malfunctions and problems, but I never died last night, which was pretty cool.
Nice. Well, except for killing yourself.
Well, no, so I went down, but somebody had a bandage and picked me up.
Oh, okay. Good.
By the way, how do you do that? Because I tried to do it and I couldn't.
I can't figure it out either because
Okay.
it doesn't get. I could have tried right clicking it. I couldn't figure out what was supposed to make it activate.
I bet you have to click on them first and then right click on
Probably.
it. I bet
It just,
that's-
man, they don't give you a lot of time to do that.
they sure don't, especially with a controller. That's all I'm
And
saying.
the fact that those things aren't on a hot bar, like you have to go into your actual inventory bag.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. So yes, I'm wanting to get to 12 so that we can do the manor wherever that is.
Yeah, I'm at 10 right now, but I have not done much. I've got apparently there's an update to download, so I'm doing that now.
Oh, I'll need to do that too.
Although it could just be, it's been a while since I've been on it. I've been messing around with Dismantle and Sunhaven.
I have. Last night was the first time that I played anything practically all week. I have been mostly mainlining anime.
Oh, nice.
I'm getting annoyed because I am now like to the point where I am consulting online articles to try and find anime that fits
That are
into
worth
my
watching.
that
Yeah.
fits into my criteria of what I want to
Mhm.
watch. And I have been managing to find them, but they're only single seasons. And so
Right.
2 days of them and I'm done. And it's
Yeah.
like, so
I run through that too. I've been watching a lot of random crap movies lately.
Mhm.
I need to get back into anime again. But I watched this horrible movie last night called, I think it's called Arcadia with Nicolas Cage.
yes,
It was bad.
I mean, yes,
And I also watched the new version of The Crow.
I'm sorry.
Have you
Why?
seen it?
Just like I was asked, why would I do that to myself with Craven?
Here's the
Why?
thing. Here's the thing. The movie on its own was not a terrible Crow movie, but they should never have said it was used the names and been like a remake of the original because it was nothing like the original.
Yeah,
They
but
could have
they-
just called it a new Crow movie and it would have been completely fine.
oh,
So it was a remake of Brandon's movie.
Yes, which was they never.
That's why I will never. That's why I refuse to watch it.
by the way, non-spoilers, of course. Captain America, thoroughly enjoyed it. Scratched my head as to what the WTF Marvel marketing department was doing
Mm-hmm.
with their marketing. But beyond that, very enjoyable. Not trying to replace Chris Evans in any way, shape, or form. I'd say my only critique is the standard critique I have with Hawkeye, Black Widow, any human
Mhm.
that's involved in the superhero universe, that they are sometimes doing things that stretch the immersion, but nothing that pulls me out of it completely.
So doing something that us normal
Yeah, right.
people
Like
can't do.
even like the top 1% of athletes would never be able to do.
Right.
You know, it's stuff like
Okay.
that. It's a very minor quip. Like I actually thought the pacing was great. I loved the characters. I loved the story was pretty good.
Hmm.
it actually tied up a bunch of loose plot lines, things that they had let dangle for a long time.
Okay.
My critique is that they let the cat, if you will, out of the bag, a very large cat, out of the bag with marketing that they should have never done. And that while I enjoyed the movie, I actually think if you didn't watch Winter Soldier and
Right.
Falcon.
you would be better.
Oh, interesting.
It's not. I'm trying to
Yeah, because
articulate
when I
that.
asked you, you told me to watch. If I were to go watch it,
I mean,
watch Falcon and the Winter Soldier first.
but I
Because
wouldn't.
typically that would be the case.
It is.
Yeah.
And it is, right? Like, I would still recommend you watch it. The
Okay.
problem is that this almost felt like the extra 2 hours that the series didn't have, in a way. And so it made it feel a little bit less as a standalone movie, I guess is the best way to say that.
Right.
Okay.
And that's like really pretty minor. That's a minor thing, but I do feel like the setup to it was very similar to the TV show. And if you don't watch the TV show, then you're going to not know who some of the characters are and all that stuff. And so that's the reason I would say do watch the show, because it's going to set you up for what they're building towards now, I guess is the best way to say that. But at the same time, it feels less like a standalone thing if you do it that way, I guess is the best way to say that. Excuse me. But overall, in general, really liked the characters, really liked the story arc, really liked the pacing a lot, and the action scenes are great.
Wicked hello.
I would
Tap and
probably
like.
I really haven't sat down to digest it long enough, but I would probably say like my initial gut reaction is a 8 to 8.5 out of 10.
Yeah, I heard they recouped some of their money. I heard like their debut, they hit like 40 million plus.
Yeah, they're already up to 100 million for the weekend, so that's good. I would not say it's one of my Holy FX. Thank you for the likes. Welcome in, friend. Hope you're having a great Sunday. If you've got a question for Sunday Streamer Tech Support, don't hesitate to
Wicked
ask.
hello. Welcome in.
I would not say it's in my top 5, but by no means, like I like it far better than Eternals, and I liked Eternals, right? It had pacing problems, but I would probably say Eternals is my least favorite out of the group. I would say that this is definitely in the top 10, but not in the top 5.
Okay.
So I thought it was very enjoyable. Lexi loved it.
Wicked hello. I loved it.
We are going to do a spoiler cast for it on this Friday. We will do, and in our spoiler cast, we usually do non-spoiler reviews of it, and then we'll go into the spoiler reviews. I do have one very large problem with the movie that I can't talk about in a non-spoilery setting.
Yeah.
I mean, are we? Do you think it's allowed to talk about the stuff that's in the trailers when it was on the Super Bowl and all that stuff?
No, I didn't watch the Super Bowl.
I didn't either.
Okay, good. Well, then that answers that question. Brian, welcome in. Wicked Hollow says she loved Captain America. Brave New World. I thought it was a very good setup. It reminded me a lot of, in some ways, Iron Man, and the way that kind of painted towards the future. That's kind of what I feel about this movie. This almost feels like it's the beginning movie of a new phase, if that makes
Okay.
sense. And so I'm kind of in, and I didn't realize that Lexi and
Wicked
I,
hello.
neither of us
Welcome
realized
in and enjoy.
that there's 3 Marvel movies this year.
Hmm.
I think it's Thunderbolts in April and Thunderbolts in May and Fantastic Four in June.
I'm interested to see the Fantastic Four.
Yeah, me too.
So I have gone on the record multiple times in saying that Fantastic Four is like my least favorite property in the entire Marvel universe. The
Yeah.
only reason I have any attachment to it whatsoever is Galactus and Silver Surfer. Silver Surfer is one of my favorite characters of all time. I will say that I am intrigued because I've watched the teaser trailer. I watched it a couple times on my own. Soulfire, welcome in. Happy Sunday. I watched the
Share the
Fantastic
stream.
Four trailer a couple times on my own, but then we saw it on the big screen. And
It looks really good.
I have more questions than answers now, in my opinion,
Oh, okay.
because I'm not entirely convinced this is a 616 movie.
Oh, I don't think it's not.
I think this is a multiverse movie.
It is.
And that's interesting to me because this makes me think that maybe, well,
There was stuff in the trailers that show their building.
Yeah.
And where the Avengers building would be, it's not.
right. And
So I think the idea is it's a different universe, which makes me wonder if this one's going to get destroyed.
it's possible. And I'm also, I'm pretty sure there's some trickery in the trailer,
Mm-hmm.
which, we saw with many Marvel properties in the
Wicked hello.
past.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome in
Uh,
Soulfire.
I'm pretty sure there's
Invisible Woman.
no,
Oh, okay.
it's Mr. Fantastic.
Oh, because there's
There's a scene.
theory that she's pregnant in it
Oh, it's possible. She could have,
because of the way that she walks in some of the scenes in the trailer.
the thing that gets me is there's a scene in the trailer where Mr. Fantastic is standing in front of a chalkboard that is very, very wide. And yet it only shows him writing close up.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yes, yes.
have a feeling that has been an altered scene just for the trailer.
Yeah, I saw a breakdown of the trailer. Someone was talking about that and saying that some of the stuff on the chalkboard that you could see
Mhm.
made it look like wormholes or
Well-
ways to get into the other universes.
I'm just saying that he's writing over on the other chalkboards with his
Oh,
stretchy
right.
arms, and they took it out.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
I have a feeling that is altered in that fact. Now, this
Yeah,
is the
one of
part
the theories
that
I saw
bothers
was
me.
that it's about her giving birth to their son, who is so powerful that it draws Galactus.
Franklin. Yes, could
Yeah.
very well be. The thing that bothers me is just take that. Let's assume for a minute
Soulfire has
that's
sent gift
true.
hat and mustache X1.
Thank you for the cowboy hat and mustache, Soulfire. I appreciate you. Thank you for the
Back
likes
on it.
as well. If you have a question for Sunday Streamer Tech Support, question about anything, feel free to ask. We're answering any and all questions. Appreciate you coming in and appreciate the gifts very much so. The thing that bothers me about how they chose to do the marketing for Captain America
Right.
is if you have watched the trailer at all, period, they gave away everything. They gave away the biggest
Oh.
plot point in the trailer, which is one of the reasons I try and only watch the first trailer of things, and I never.
Yeah, I
watch
hate when they
anything
do
again.
that. I don't like even seeing trailers anymore because it's like I'd rather go into something fresh.
And the thing that bothers me the most is when you do that, the viewer is ahead of the movie at all points in time.
Right.
And that's never a way that you want to be going into a theater. And
I feel that.
and it's like, why would they make that decision for this movie when they could have kept it a surprise?
Mm-hmm.
And I think it would have really lent credence to the movie being a little bit more than it was, because you were constantly going, is this one? Is this one? Is this one? You know, it's like, come on, guys. That's not the way you want to do that. So I don't know why they did that. It's very strange. And yet here they're trying to, in my view, they're trying to keep a lid on Mr. Fantastic's powers until you go see the movie. Because notice, you never see him go stretchy or anything.
I noticed that. I was wondering about that.
Right. And it's like, did he not get powers? And I was like, of course he did. They're just hiding it because they want to pay off the anticipation of it.
Well, I'm wondering if they're going to have them get powers at different times, because they said something in the trailer about, oh, well, the first time we went up, blah, blah, blah. And I think they're building another rocket to go up, which makes me wonder if maybe the powers is going to come in a different trip.
I don't think so. I think they're going to use that rocket to go to Galactus, would be my guess.
But yeah, I thought the trailer looked very good for it.
All I want out of this movie, like, I don't care. I've gone on the record multiple times saying that Wally and June Cleaver are not interesting to me, but I am interested in this movie. I do like the heart of this, and it feels like what the Fantastic Four should be.
Yeah.
However, I don't care. The only thing I want out of this movie is Silver Surfer. I want my MCU Silver Surfer.
Yep, and they have not showed him yet, but I would hope that would be something they would keep under wraps until.
Me too. And I'm not joking when I say they need to have him fall into Stephen Strange's foyer, just like Hulk did in the Avengers Assemble movie, because that was Silver Surfer in that context, not Hulk. Do you know what I'm talking about?
No.
So if you remember in Avengers, is it Avengers Assemble? Was that the first one? What the hell was the name of the first? Endgame was the second one. I don't remember. Infinity War. Was it Infinity War?
Was it? Oh yeah,
it was the first.
Recall.
Yeah, it's Infinity War. Avengers Infinity War. Yes. So in that one, if you remember, when Thanos was coming to Earth, Hulk got rainbow bridged off by Heimdall as he was dying.
Oh yeah.
And he fell through Stephen Strange's foyer, and you had the big picture of the broken glass ceiling streaming light down onto him. That scene's directly taken from the comics, and it was Silver Surfer. And it was Silver Surfer saying, and what he said was, Galactus is coming, and then he passed out. And so that's how they should do it, and I hope they do. But who knows? We'll see. We shall see. Because if this is not a 616 universe, there may not be a Stephen Strange in that one. We'll see.
Right, because it does look like things are a little different there from the trailer.
My only question is, if they're not 616, how are they going to... I'm sorry. And I shouldn't even say 616, because any true nerds know that 616 is the comic continuity Marvel Earth, not the MCU. MCU Earth number. That's not right.
Oh, I did figure out how you get Tascium ore.
Oh, I've never even heard of Tascium ore.
It's the next stage for the next mining pick.
Oh. How do you do that?
There's a specific cave that has bandits in it on the cliff faces
Oh,
that you can go into, and there's no recruiters or anything in there, so you can get in and out. There's like 2 bandits inside to worry about, and Haskimore spawns in there. It's like neon green and glows.
so the MCU Earth is 19. I'm sorry, it's 1,909,000. It's 199999 basically, and it's supposed to be the same multiverse as the comics. But people are saying that now it is the same 616 Earth, but it's also Earth 1999. I guess it's the same now.
Okay. Huh.
There's been no official explanation of when one number is used and not the other.
Right.
616 was the comics original one, and then I had seen the 19999 and thought that they were separate, but I guess they are supposedly the same Earth, which doesn't make much sense because it would make more sense for them to be separate Earths because things happen differently there.
Yeah.
But yeah, regardless, that's just being super picky nerd at that point. My guess is it's a multiversal thing. I just want to know how they're going to bring them into the main continuity. More than anything.
Yeah.
What else is going on that we should talk about? Let's see. I don't think I saw anything in video game news that was. I think Civ 7 is topping the charts right now,
Okay.
which I have like no desire to play whatsoever.
Same.
It's not that I don't like it. It's just like one go through of it lasts me a really long time until I feel like I need to play it again. I guess Avowed came out and it's getting like 7 to 8 scores on most of the
Okay.
reviews. I've heard combat mechanics are fun, story not so much. GTA 6. Oh, so Dark and Darker.
Yes.
That was
oh, I saw.
That was something that I wanted to talk about.
Yeah.
So, so they were clear. Dark and Darker, if you're not familiar, is a game where guy was working for a big company called Nexon in South Korea. Spent a lot of time working on a game for them. The game got scrapped. He went and started his own game dev studio, took some of the devs with him, and built his own version of the game. And then Nexon sued them, got them raided by, the police, sued them for copyright infringement, all that type of stuff. And it's been in the courts this whole time. Well, this week it finally got decided by the courts. They are not guilty of copyright infringement, but are ordered to pay $6 million for basically, I believe it was misappropriating Nexon's assets. Basically, trade secrets violations. So they're not they're not actually guilty of stealing anything from the game, but somehow the fact that they used
because of his knowledge of game making from Nexon, like
That's
how does that
basically what it comes down to. So
you can never leave and start a new company.
they're very pro company in the South Korean courts. So yeah, that's kind of the thing. The court said since P3 was never actually released, P3 was the game that Nexon was developing, because it was never released, it isn't eligible for copyright, making Nexon's claim inapplicable. However, it still found Iron Mace liable for infringing on Nexon's trade secrets, which cover information and assets that have economic value because they're secret, and ordered the indie studio to quote unquote fully compensate for the damages.
Jeez.
So it's a $5 million, I think, or $5 or $6 million.
I think it's at 6. I don't know how they're gonna ever pay that.
No, it's actually not that bad. So
okay.
they've sold quite a few copies of the game. If they sell some cosmetics, make some new cosmetics for the game, they should be fine. Right.
Okay.
So it's probably fine. And they don't have to pay it all at once. I believe it's a percentage that they have to pay up front, and then it's the rest of the percentage they can pay over time.
Okay.
So it's not like they're being dinged for all 5 or 6 million right now.
Right.
So that should be okay for them.
Who are we talking about?
Dark and Darker. They finally settled. They finally had their day in court, and they won and lost. No copyright infringement, but basically the court said, "Hey, you used the secret sauce knowledge to make your own game," and so they sued him for that, or they dinged him for $6 million for that. So we were talking about how they can go about paying that off over time. So yeah, that was the big thing that I had thought about that I did want to talk about. Did you have any other questions, Ken?
No.
Okay.
We'll be back. I'm gonna go make sure that the house is not burning down.
Okay.
I'm just eating dinner. Whatever happened with that Make Me Laugh show?
Make me laugh. Oh, I haven't gotten any submissions for it, like 2. Which is frustrating.
Maybe it's because people think there's nothing out there that you haven't seen.
And there's so much out there that I haven't seen. Ubisoft CEO says the plan is to focus on open world and live service games year after year, and yet their sales are down 50%. They're going to run that company into the ground, dude.
That's right. Talking about money and game companies. I think it was Rockstar. People were standing up for Rockstar because, they were thinking that Rockstar was going to make Grand Theft Auto 6 $100, and so they were waiting on that. And Rockstar was like, "Nope." I think it was Rockstar or something like that. And they were hoping that Rockstar would set the precedent, because if one game company sets a game a basic game at $100, then they could start charging us more and more money.
I mean, I hate to say it, but this is the first time in
Let me look that up to make sure.
when did they start charging for the PSN?
I do not remember.
Sony began charging for PlayStation Plus in June 2010. The PSN was launched in 2006, but they started charging in June 2010. So this is the first time in 15 years that I've not paid for PlayStation Plus. And as of right now, I'm not missing it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what it was. The other game companies want, yeah, I was right. Rockstar to sell GTA 6 at 100. They're thinking maybe it might be lower, potentially around $80 at most. And some of the reasons is it's industry concern that $100 price tag could be seen as too high for the gaming community, particularly impacting sales. But then if one game company does it, then all the other game companies like Ubisoft, Capcom, whatever, they can start selling a game.
If you
basic
remember,
game at $100.
if you remember, Ken, they did that at the beginning of the PS5 cycle. Do you remember games were like $70? And then what happened? People balked and they didn't have the sales, and it went back down to 60, and all the new games are 60 again.
Yeah, but look at the Switch, dude. There has been you could go to GameStop, you could go to any store, and you could look up like one of the very first games that come out. It's still like brand new game price.
I don't understand.
I mean, I know that's on the Switch, but
yeah,
all the Switch games, there's hardly any sales.
Yeah, it's $60, sure, but we're not talking 70, which is what they originally were on the PlayStation 5, remember?
Right.
And the Xbox One, and then it's self-corrected because nobody wanted to pay that. So I don't, I don't know.
I mean, I know at some point price production, at some point we'll get it to increase, but if a base game ever comes out at $100, that company will never get my money.
I'm back. What game are you talking about?
Any game.
Oh yeah, no, $100 is too much for any game.
Some of the game companies are waiting to see how much Rockstar puts the GTA 6 at, because they're hoping that they'll be the first company to drop it at 100. So that sets the precedence on just the base game with nothing, no DLC.
That would be a huge mistake on their part if they did that.
Yeah, and so I was telling Mark that Rockstar came out and said, "Nope, we're not going to do that to people."
No, yeah, it would only push people to pirate. Is what that would do.
Yep.
They would end up losing a lot of money if they did it that way, I think.
And the nice part is I can still participate in GTA without having to have PlayStation Plus.
Right.
Because I can just buy the disc and put it in the machine. Or I can download it from the PSN still and just not have online multiplayer connectivity, which is fine. So I was talking about, this is the first time in 15 years that I haven't had PlayStation Plus, and so far I haven't missed it. I had thought that I had used the PlayStation like a couple months back, and then I got my recap for the the 2024 recap, and I haven't turned on my PlayStation since May.
Well, I had my PS5 on yesterday, and it said that you have not been on for 2 months.
Yeah, no. I've gone on to like do updates and stuff, but I haven't played anything since May. It's the worst numbers I've ever had for the PlayStation, because normally I
Lifeline
stuff that's like in the 800s or whatever for hours for games, and I had like my highest one was 40 hours. Hello, Bloody Lifeline. How you doing, friend? Happy Sunday. I hope you are doing well today.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. There's been a few games lately I've been looking at.
Lifeline. Good boo.
I'm kind of to the point where if there's some kind of cool exclusive, they're almost all single players on PlayStation. So it's not like I have to have PSN to play them. So it's like, what's the point of keeping it at this point? Which is sad because I thoroughly enjoy playing on my console, but it's like there's nothing coming down the pike that I can think of right now that I'm like, oh God, I've got to have that on my PlayStation. I do like it.
Yeah.
I do like the ability to offload the work to my PS5 for streams and stuff, but that's the extent of it. We're doing good. We're talking about some video game news. We're doing Sunday Streamer Tech Support. If you have questions on anything about streaming, about video games, about Magic the Gathering, Dungeons and Dragons, whatever, tech, AI, feel free to ask, and we'll answer as best we can.
There's a new one coming out called Hail to the Rainbow that looks interesting.
Your waifu looks too, Bloody Lifeline, just FYI.
It is a post-apocalyptic cyberpunk world.
Yeah, but what kind of game is it?
Adventure, action, robots, puzzle, cinematic.
Lifeline. No.
It looks interesting.
That sounds just like word soup, sir.
Saw it compared to Fallout meets BioShock.
Harrison Ford points to Troy Baker's Indiana Jones for why he's not worried about AI actors. You don't need artificial intelligence to steal my soul. Troy Baker's already done it.
Yeah, he did a fantastic job.
It is claimed that Rocksteady is back working on a single-player Batman game. Go figure, after the debacle that was the Justice League kills, or the Suicide Squad kills the Justice League.
Yeah, a Flash game was in the works, and then it got trash canned.
Which is super sad because that would be a really fun game.
Yes. I can't remember if we've had a Flash game. I know he's been in a bunch of games.
City of Heroes is as close as we've gotten. Well,
no, he's in DCUO. And you can make a Flash character.
Right. Oh, that's no good. The Flash. I have to do the Flash game, otherwise I get Flash games. And it's showing me Newground stuff. I guess there was one 16 years ago. What was that game?
It's the trailer I saw where the dude wakes up on the beach looking like he's from Mass Effect armor. I can't remember the name of it.
Hasbro announces Magic the Gathering film and TV series wants it to be the next cinematic universe. Of course you do.
Oh, yeah, I heard about that.
I will say the Magic novel series is phenomenal. So if they do a good adaptation, it has a shot. And everyone will love whoever they cast as Liliana.
Yeah.
And Chandra and Jace. I mean, I think they could do very well with it. That was my head, Bloody Lifeline. Got me right in the sunglass.
Well, how did you like Klein's Dungeons and Dragons?
How did I what?
Like Klein's Dungeons and Dragons movie. Chris Klein, whatever.
Oh, you
The latest one.
the latest one. Yeah, no, I loved it. I actually saw it twice in the theater.
I mean, I know not to bring up the original Dungeons and Dragon with
Yeah.
Dwayne's brother.
Yeah, we don't talk about that. But
Yeah.
I thought this was phenomenally done. Like, I'm actually devastated that more people didn't go and see it because it was a really good time. And it's done really well on streaming since it went to streaming. So I'm hoping that they might make a second one. Like, is it perfect? No, but it's pretty close. I mean, I would probably give it like a 9.5 out of 10.
Yeah.
Not
Well, it's
because
just like what World of Warcraft movie I thought it was a good action movie. But we're never gonna get a second one.
no, not for what they paid
So
for.
I hate it in movies where it leaves off on a cliffhanger and then you don't get a second movie. That's why okay, growing up, yeah, the first Dungeons and Dragon movie, I'm a Wayne's brother,
Mhm.
fan. I like the Wayne's brother, But the way you leave that movie off, and then that's what started the downward spiral of I dislike movies ending on a cliffhanger, because
Mhm.
especially when you don't get a sequel. Like the dude was left in a jewel, and you never, make a movie to see him come out. And then World of Warcraft, I was like, okay, cool. And then nope, cliffhanger, never a second movie. I'm just like.
Well, you didn't get that
I
with
don't
the
know. How do you
Dungeons and
guys
Dragons
feel about
movie one.
movies ending in a cliffhanger and then never getting a sequel?
I mean,
Same way as I feel about seasons of a TV show ending and never getting a sequel.
right. Nobody likes it. I don't
No.
think there's anyone on the planet that likes this unless they have some kind of sick problem. It's like, I don't, I prefer, take Squid Games as an example, right?
Yeah.
Squid Games.
Never seen, but okay.
Oh my God, Ken. You
It's
need to
so
watch
good.
it.
I don't
Ken.
have Netflix.
I-
Okay, look, you know my situation.
Yes, but there's,
I
there's
am down
ways.
to like.
You have Plex. Jimmy has it on his Plex. Go watch it.
Oh, does he?
I'm
Dude, it's
sure
so
he does.
good.
I'm sure.
And if he doesn't,
does.
I'm sure he would download it.
Yes.
Let me see. Where's my streaming stuff? Plex.
So short form, anyways. Squid
Okay.
Games season 1, self-contained.
Yep.
Whether you argue the point of whether or not it needs a season 2 or 3, which it is getting, the point is that it told a fully complete story, and
Yeah,
can
it didn't
only
need a
add,
sequel.
That's how I feel. But you know what?
But I
would
like it.
rather that it told the story fully, assuming it wasn't going to have a sequel, and then
Right.
we get more than the other way of where
Agreed completely.
we left.
I
on
might hit him up because he does not have it.
Are you sure in the TV section?
Yeah, I'm on it right now. It says available on 2 other services, Netflix and Netflix Basic with ads. Because I'm signed in, and so I stay
It
signed
would
in.
show
on
you.
Plex.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would tell me it's on Jimmy's server.
Okay. But yeah, the point is, I think it's better to tell a full story, unless it's something like the King Killer Chronicles, right? Where if
What's
you're
that?
it's a book series,
Oh, okay.
and so it's 3 books, right? So you can't tell the whole story in one movie, right? I will say that, has anybody seen Wicked yet or no?
I
Just
have
me?
not seen it yet.
I don't care for it, so you can spoil away.
Yeah, I'm not bothered.
Okay. Well, it's not really a spoiler because it literally says it in the title sequence.
Yeah, you
of the
know it's
movie.
it's the first movie
It's
of
the
a
first
series.
of 2. Lexi didn't see it. Lexi was super surprised when it came to the end of the movie. She's like, this is not hurrying. And it seems like it's been going for a while. And I'm like, and I just waited. I didn't say a word to her. So she was so mad when it said to be continued. I don't mind that when it's signposted up front, or
Right.
that it's like the first of a 3-book series and they're only tackling book 1.
Right.
But I do expect the book 1 stuff to be self-contained, right?
Right.
That's I think my overall diatribe on that for me personally.
Okay, because I'll tell you the latest version that happened. um, the second Miles Morales Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
Mhm.
If you have not seen it, go watch it. I'll just say family friendly, I lost my popcorn bucket when it ended.
Yes, because that did not have any signposting.
Yeah. And then I went home, looked it up, and they're saying maybe next year, maybe 28. I'm like, I gotta stay alive to see. Hook me up, cryogenically freeze me. I'm like, Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So a couple of TikToks that's been popping up on my FYP is the older you get when it comes to video games.
Can I tell you a small story before you go continue with this? Because you just reminded me of it.
Okay.
I finally had to look up what FYP was, which is the For You page in TikTok.
Are you serious?
Not what I thought it meant at all for many years.
What'd you think it meant?
Family friendly show, I can't say. And I thought it was a kind of vulgar
okay.
acronym.
I get the first two letters.
Anyways,
Okay.
please continue your story. I just thought it was funny that I have been wrong for like, I don't know, 5 years on something that I just kind of made an assumption of what it was, and it was completely
Was
completely
I at
wrong.
least correct on what two of those letters stood for?
I don't know. We can talk after the show.
So anyways, on the FYP For You page, I've been getting a couple of creators on there that they go around gaming, and it's like there's something missing in gaming because they're like, what is it nowadays where you're not too old, but you're getting older and you're not finishing games, and there's something missing. And that's what I told you that I've been feeling for the past couple of years.
Yep.
Just with everything I'm going
I get
through.
that feeling too.
There's something that I'm missing. Just like you're talking about MMOs now, and I'm kind of drifting away from MMOs, and I'm getting back into like the old school RPGs because there's really nothing nowadays. Like, yeah, the last game that I actually finished was I went through again and I finished Ghost of Tsushima, but I kind of speed ran it because I already beat it. I already platinumed it. So the second time playing was just vroom, 100 miles per hour. Assassin's Creed Shadow, I'm excited about. Will I get it? I don't know. It might be a compulse buy. But do you think that the older you get, you might get away from gaming? Now, before you answer that, I know there's streamers and content creators and gamers out there that are grandparents. They're like in their 70s and 80s. So I know we'll probably still be gaming. But do you feel this, I'll say this past year, do you feel there's been a drop off in what we've been excited and waiting for? There's just nothing coming out.
It's not that nothing's coming out. I think that too much is coming out.
Too much?
I would agree with that.
And
things are getting lost in the shuffle.
Everything's getting lost in the shuffle. It's like, I was talking about this with somebody on another stream.
Okay.
I don't know if it was my stream or somebody else's stream, but I can't remember what it was. I want to say it was like 5 years ago. I had seen a statistic that there were like 10,000 games released that year. And that year's games of 10,000, like 748 or whatever it was, games released that year were more than all of the previous years of history combined. And each year has been a bell curve up of the number of games released because the technology is more accessible, and you have these publishing deals where if you're a small developer, you can publish cheaply and then just share part of your profits with the engine maker or whatever. And because of that, that's helped a lot more games come out. Now that also means we still have more shovelware too. But the point is the number of games has just completely bell curved up. I wonder if I can find what the stats were for last year. How many?
That's what I'm doing right now.
I think on the game I was thinking about, by the way.
What's that?
It's this new one for PlayStation called Saros. It's made by Housemarque, who did Returnal.
Housemarque
Oh yeah,
was
I
very
watched
good,
a little snippet.
It
on
looks
that.
interesting. There's not a lot released yet, but it looks interesting.
Yeah. On Steam, I don't know. I put in how many games were released in total from all game companies, and it just brings up Statista data saying Steam alone in 2024 released 15,422 games.
Yep.
And that's just on Steam.
Right. And that's just on Steam. And that's crazy. So
Let's
what's
see,
happening
from
is I
PlayStation.
think in some ways we're all getting fatigued. And there's been a consistent trend of mega hype for games. And then when we get them, it's not what we thought.
Right.
And
that's been very common.
It's this perpetual, like, I feel good about Once Human because the stuff that was in the beta is still there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm not pleased about the 6-week reset thing. That was never communicated well in advance.
Or the speed of new content.
Or the speed of new content. So those are my problems with it. Do I enjoy playing it? Yes. Is it something I want to play every day? No. And that's,
that changed. That changed kind of.
Well, yeah. I mean, I kind of knew that it was going to have to change once it came out of launch because the amount of content is not sustainable for me to play every day. I will go insane and have nothing to do, much like you did, and then you left. And I don't want to do that, so I'm limiting myself to once a week. And to be honest, without any new content, there are days I struggle on that too. But that's why I'm trying to get more into the building side of it now, and trying to
bring new life to it, I guess.
Yeah, just tackle it from a different way. In fact, one of the things we may do, well, I'm excited because next season we will do Way of Winter, which is the new content, which I only saw a very small portion of.
Yeah.
Did they improve it in order for
they
you
fixed
guys
it.
to make the decision again?
They fixed it, yeah. They fixed it so it's not so extreme. So I'm interested in doing that because we did like almost none of the story. We did the first tiny little bit, and that was it. So I am very much looking forward to that. But once we do that, then I know that there's not going to be anything new till fall.
Right.
And it's like, okay.
I do want to try Monster Hunter Wilds.
I don't.
I would like to try Avowed.
I don't. And I'm not.
Elden Ring Night Rain looks good.
I'm not saying you should.
Although I don't love how they've set up the new Elden Ring.
I have not seen anything on it.
It's essentially Battle Royale.
Oh, no.
So from what I can gather, it's a shrinking map. You fight PvE stuff to get geared up. So the first part of the game, you're really doing PvE. And then I believe it's PvP at the end. I could be wrong, but that's from what I saw, it looked like. They're not calling it Battle Royale, but I'm pretty sure from what I was seeing, that's what people were saying it is.
Interesting. Multiverse is shutting down for good on May 30th. After it's
that didn't last long.
Nope.
Yeah.
It did not. Man, WB Games having a hard time getting anything to stick besides Harry Potter. Insider claims GTA
Oh.
Online will be sold separately from GTA 6, which makes sense.
So it's not PvP,
It is
but
not.
it is
PvP?
still a shrinking map.
Oh, it's just, that's fine,
So
right?
it's more of a challenge map
I
type game.
I have no problem with that whatsoever. In fact, it's one of the things I keep waiting for Dark and Darker to do. Dude, as soon as they make it so that I can do PvE only with my
Right.
friends, I will be on that game every day.
Agreed. I would play Dark and Darker if I was
Until my eyes bleed, I would do it. And they just refuse to do it. And
Yeah,
it
because the
makes
PvP
no
stuff
sense.
is just aggravating.
It's
It's just
just
an aggravating element.
Yep.
It's co-op battle royale PvE.
Which is
is what it
fine.
is.
I
Yeah.
don't mind that at all. And I'm happy to try that. Lexi is probably going to start playing Pal World more seriously, because one of the things she had been waiting for was she had asked for a walkthrough guide. And so
It still is early access, I think.
yeah,
I'm hoping they'll add more Quest interactive.
we talking about Pal World?
Yes, walking you through a little bit about where to go next, because there's none of that. I mean, there is questing, but it's very rudimentary.
Gotcha. I was surprised by what I played, helping her, and I thought it was actually
I enjoyed it.
It was actually pretty fun.
I think it would be much more fun with people
100%.
than doing it by yourself.
100%. And I will probably at some point pick it up just so that we can try that. Ken, is that anything you're interested in? Because Crow already owns it and Lexi already owns it. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I can.
Okay.
And you're back.
Okay, and I'm back.